Hey, what's up guys? So today, real quick lesson. I just wanted to go over 3 examples. They all go through step 2, so we're going to stop at step 2. We're not going to solve it all the way out. We're going to start working on that probably on Wednesday or tomorrow and Thursday. But today, our main goal is literally just to get through step 2 of the problem. I chose a couple trickier problems to walk through real quick with you to get through step 1, because sometimes step 1 isn't as easy as it is in the previous ones. But however you practice, your step 1s will be pretty easy to get through because the main focus is that you're just learning how to combine the equations. So, when we started yesterday, grab a nice marker that I have down here. Okay, we had step 1. That was scale and eliminate, right? So we're going to pick a variable, we're going to scale it so one of those variables naturally cancel or eliminates from the problem, okay? Well, step 2, and this is the step we're going through today, is just combine, okay? And all combine means is add the equations together. Okay, so today our main focus is going to be just taking step 1, scaling and eliminate, and then going into step 2 where we are literally just going to add them together, or so combine them, and then we're going to stop. We'll combine and solve, because once you combine them you can solve, so we'll just add and solve, because why not? It's fun, and that's how you know you got it right, because it's an easy answer when it comes out. Okay, so let's see what this looks like. Let's erase this stuff off the board, be gone. Okay. So here we have a systems of equations, 5x plus 2y equals 8. And we have 3x minus 5y equals 11. Okay, so I have those 2 equations. Step 1, I'm going to scale and eliminate. Now when I'm looking at these, none of them really multiply directly into one another, so that's kind of a problem. However, I can scale both equations. Okay, and the easiest way is just choose a variable and then multiply each equation by the variable. So this one here, let's take this top equation and let's do it by 3. And then this bottom equation, let's multiply by the opposite of the variable I want to eliminate on the top, -5. So here, so when I do the top equation, I'm going to bring everything in, and I get 3 times 5x is 15x, 3 times 2y is 6y, and 3 times 8 equals 24. Now on the bottom, I'm going to rainbow everything in. Now I'm going to go -5 times 3 is -15x, hence now I can eliminate. -5 times -5y is a positive 25y. And -5 times 11 is a -55. Okay, so that's step 1. I scaled so I can eliminate. Scaled both equations this time, not just one. I did both. You can do both, it doesn't matter. And now I'm going to just eliminate. So when I eliminate, that goes away. Okay, that's how far we got yesterday. Now the cool thing is the combination phase comes right off this. All I do for step 2 is add a plus sign right here, and I just add everything vertically to finish off. So 15 minus 15 is 0, that goes away, we got that. 6 plus 25y is 31y, and 24 minus 55 is a -31y, or -31, no y's. Okay, so that was my combining. I just combined my equations, and I have another equation. Now the nice thing is I said let's just solve it. That's how I know I'm in the right spot, because 31 divided by -31 is an easy whole number. Oops, positive 31, and I have y is equal to -1. Okay, and that's the point I want you to stop at with these today. I want you to just scale and eliminate, combine and solve. So here we go. We just did that. That'd be all you need to do. And that's just problems 1 through 2. You don't have to solve for the other variable. I just want you to scale and eliminate. So again, here's a couple more examples of what we're doing today, and just hammer out the first 2 steps. That's the only practice. And at 11 o'clock on my Facebook Live, guys, I'm going to do problems 1 through 10. So if you have a shot to get it done before 11 o'clock, you're going to be able to pop right in and check your work and see how you're doing. Sorry, I got my dog hair is stuck to my board. So I have 4x plus 3y equals 1. And I have negative 5x minus 4y equals 9. Okay, so I have that equation. So I need to scale and eliminate. Again, when I look at them, it doesn't seem that they're going to, 3 doesn't multiply to something easily to get to negative 4. And 4 doesn't multiply to anything easily to get to negative 5. However, I can just scale both of them, and one of them will set up to be opposite. So here, let's take the top equation and multiply it by our opposite of the bottom one, so we keep positive. And this one, let's multiply just by 4, because we want it to stay negative. If we needed it to become positive, we would just do negative 4. Okay, so let's scale it. 1, 2, 3. Now I have my 20x plus 15y equals 5. 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 times 1 is 5. Now on the bottom equation, we're going to scale it. Now I have negative 20x, and that's what I wanted to eliminate. 4 times negative 4 is negative 16y, and 4 times 9 is 36. Okay, so now I'm done with step 1. So now I'm going to go into step 2, which is combine. Those eliminate. 15y minus 16y is negative 1y, and 5 plus 36 is 41. Divide both by negative 1, and I get y is equal to negative 41. And that's where I'm going to stop today. Okay? All the way through step 2. Okay? So again, scale and eliminate, combine the equations, and get an answer for your variable. That's all we're doing. Let's look at one final one, and on this one I'm going to get rid of the y's, and I'm going to tell you why, because I can. Okay. So on this final equation that we're looking at today, we have 3x plus 2y equals 8. And we have 4x minus 3y equals negative 12. So I have those two equations. Good, one's not going to naturally cancel. However, I do have opposite signs here. So I'm going to do my y's instead of my x. It just seems like the easier one. That way I don't have to multiply by negatives to keep it the way it is. So I'm going to take this top equation. I'm going to multiply it by 3 to keep it positive. I'm going to take this bottom equation, I'm going to multiply it by the positive 2 so none of my signs change. And I'm just going to go through. Step 1 is scale. So I scale that. 3 times 3x is 9x. 3 times 2y is 6y. And 3 times 8 is 24. Do the same thing on the bottom equation. I have 2 times 4x is 8x. 2 times negative 3y is a minus 6y, hence now I can cancel that. And 2 times negative 12 is negative 24. Okay? Now, this is another good example too, because here, when I combine my equations, I'm going to have my 17x here. That's going to cancel. But instead of just canceling my 24s, because there's no variable there, I'm going to just let it become a 0, right? Because that's all it is when something cancels. If I have 17x plus 0, I still have 17x, but on this side I can't have nothing, so I just put 0 as a placeholder. Okay? And then I just divide both sides by 17, and I get x is equal to 0. Okay? And that's all you're doing. Step 3, I want you to just stop for those 10 problems I asked you to try. Just get through step 2. The nice thing about the problems I asked you to try today is they're pretty functional. They're not as difficult as the double scaling here that I'm doing. I just want you to see that, because that's going to be something as you go higher and you're constantly dealing with that, being able to scale both equations. But for today, you're only going to have to scale one. It should be pretty easy in most cases. And like I said, at 11 o'clock on Facebook Live, I'll just work through all 10 of those problems for you so you can get a good look at them. Okay? Again, don't forget to show your work to me on the flip grid. I'm trying to comment on as much of those as I can as they pop in. I also have my email ones I have to go through too. So if I don't get to yours, don't be hurt. It's just because I got a lot going on at all times. That happens. So do you guys. So enjoy it. Work hard on these. Again, 5 of your questions will be get it through to step 2 and solve for one variable. 5 questions from the quiz will be on getting through step 1, or setting up step 1 and scaling. 3 questions will be solving all the way through on your quiz, and then I'll have 3 to 7 pretty filler questions that'll, kind of rehash what we've done with substitution, stuff like that. Okay, so that's what we got going. Best of luck to you today. Shoot any questions on me via email. If you jump on the Facebook Live, you can just shoot questions via the chat. I'll try to keep that going probably for 30-40 minutes today. I want to be respectful of the other teachers that need you too. So, perfect. Have a good day, guys.